The world of New Age spirituality can be confusing. New Age is so hard to pinpoint, and everyone has their own definition of it. Even a quick Google search of the term New Age will give you a bunch of wild and conflicting answers. In this video, I give a list of 3 books to start with on your journey into the world of New Age spirituality. Number 1. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza started off as a chiropractor. He broke his spine in a heinous cycling accident and claims that he used energy work to heal his spine. His book was one of the first books that I encountered on the topic of New Age spirituality and energy work. It's considered very pseudoscience-y because of the claims he makes in the book regarding your ability to heal yourself, both mentally and physically. This book is number 1 on my list because he helps us understand that everything is made of energy and that this energy comes from a source of pure consciousness. He uses that premise to take us further into the world of energy healing and manifestation. Towards the end of the book, he lays out a simple 8-step routine that you can use to rewire your brain and aspects of your personality. I do appreciate the fact that he claims and insists that it takes time and consistency to see lasting results. It's a great book for breaking into the world of spirituality, specifically modern spirituality. Dispenza is great at simplifying concepts, and he is a pragmatist, so he provides tools that are very practical and simple to use. Number 2 is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I was hesitant to include this book because it's such an obvious cliche, but after reading it, I realized again that he unpacks a very wide spectrum of spiritual and metaphysical complexity. Even though he does touch on concepts that are very complex and very abstract, he does lean towards the more simple, everyday, widely applicable aspects. Tolle is not afraid of answering difficult questions, and his answers are honestly pretty good. None of them are cookie cutter or cliche. As a general solution, his book has a very narrow focus. That focus is essentially being present, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's good in that it's so universally applicable and pretty effective in dealing with pretty much any situation you can ever find yourself in. The downside is that it does become a bit repetitive, and he seems to approach the same topic or concept from a million different angles, which can get a little boring. All in all though, it's a great book and I highly recommend it for any beginner. Book number 3 is Awareness by Anthony DeMello. DeMello is slightly less known than the previous 2 authors, but I think he's a great writer. Something that stands out about DeMello is that he makes very little appeal to supernatural or metaphysical ideas. He uses the term God now and then and the words spirit or soul, but the book is actually more psychological than spiritual, which makes it appeal to a wider audience. The book is written in a fun manner, full of parables, stories, myths, to help the reader understand those challenging concepts. DeMello draws his wisdom from a very broad range of spiritual philosophies and religions, which, considering that he was a Jesuit priest, is actually pretty impressive. The downside is that his book can feel a bit too conversational, and it's quite thin, so you'll be done reading it pretty quickly. If you're hesitant about spirituality and all these woo-woo metaphysical concepts, I strongly suggest you start with DeMello. He's a very sober thinker, and he carries that sober thinking across in all of his writing, something that I really appreciate. These 3 books that I just mentioned correlate with 3 meditations that I suggest for beginners. The video will be linked in the cards below. These books don't need to be read in any specific order, just start with whatever you find most interesting. I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Remember to keep expanding, and I will see you in the next video.